So for this section of the night, I want you both to be asking questions about everything you have questions about. So if I'm doing something you don't know why, say something about it. Anyways,
yeah, I know.
Let's not focus on the quick play part of this. Let's focus on the. You see, like right there, being able to pick up a target immediately after.
Yeah.
Being up in the air. There, I basically just changed directions. There we go. Something to do. Oh, come on, guys. You're supposed to. There we go. I matrix the whole time and no one shoots at the bastion. Typical quick play. Usually in comp, as soon as you see matrix on an enemy, everyone's gonna target them and try and, or at least use that time to back away from them. Whatever makes more sense. At a certain point, when you know you're just kind of, you're cooked. You can't get out of that. You just got to go in and try and do some damage with the pistol. Not always, though. That's another thing. At higher level play, where it can actually matter that the enemy got a little bit more support ult charge, you might be better off just dying, so that you don't feed their support ults. So, engaging a Zarya, you notice she has her beam on me? I'm not shooting back, I'm just strafing, and she did much less damage than she otherwise would have.
So just keep Zaryas from, don't really attack Zarya back then?
First thing you want to do when an enemy Genji is ulting, just boop him. Because if he just used his dash, he is now not going to be able to reach anyone. And secondly, it does a lot of damage to him, and oftentimes he's already had a lot of damage dealt to him, because that's how that works. Well, got someone. Ideally, I would have waited until I'd seen the Zarya use her bubble, because that means that she will not have it available. That was just bad reflexes on my part. He got sniped. Wow, that Widow. There you go. As soon as you're below half health, you want to think about backing up. They're gonna come either up top or yep. See, that's a bad spot to be in. Even when I'm tracking well, that's a 50-50. Am I gonna be able to out DPS the soldier in his heal pad? When I'm really on it, I can do it, but most of the time I want to get out of that or try and boop him out of it so that he can't be healed.
So never try to 1v1 DPS players?
You basically, unless you really are confident in your... And there you go.
I always try to 1v1.
Right there, you see me block the sleep dart? That's pure muscle memory from hearing that sleep dart sound. Right here, most important thing to do, protect the turrets, because they will get kills. That Ana took most of her health damage from the turrets. This should be completely fine.
I have to admit, playing with Onzen, he had me focus on Tracer as well.
Yeah, Tracer's the next level of all that. I was thinking about doing that, but I decided on Lucio because it'd be easier for me to just stay healed up and hard enough already. Tracer's a whole different level of like split-second aim and being able to flip all the way around, because a good Tracer is going to turn you around front to back. Yeah, while we're talking about how to take out a Widow, oftentimes the Widow will see you coming because she's sitting in their back line, she sees your whole team. When you go after the Widow, you need to get a feel for what the charge time is on Widow's gun. So if she's looking at you, and she will be if you start flying towards her, don't just matrix the whole way up. You need as much matrix available as possible. Try and wait to the last possible second before she shoots, and then use matrix. Drop matrix while she's charging her next shot. Use matrix again for the next shot. By that time you should be on top of her. When you're in the fight, if you're close enough, you would have booped her, and then she is forced to fall in a predictable arc, and it's a lot easier to take her out. And now it's getting very hard for me to talk because I'm focused on the game.
No,
so attack here.
I'm watching.
Divas are fun.
If I do that right, I save the Symmetra by putting my body in between him and Symmetra. I wasted too much Matrix beforehand, though.
Yeah, I do know.
See, there's the
sometimes
combo right
body
there.
block is a good thing.
That D.Va just comboed me. Oh yeah, you guys wouldn't have been able to see that, I guess. But the enemy D.Va actually killed me there by doing the boost melee combo. That's more than half of Pilot D.Va's health.
I do know Coffee and Bomb told me if you have a healer on you, don't use a defense matrix. The healer is there healing you. Just focus on attacking the enemy in front of you.
Oops! Well, that was not supposed to happen, and I'm just about to get, no, not knocked out. Chaos on point! Oh, survived!
You move really quickly as Baby D.Va.
Yeah. Practice strafing. Strafing is the most important thing. Being able to go left and right real quickly. That, even for higher level people, I can make Widows at Grandmaster feel stupid sometimes. Now, I'm focusing a lot more in this on 1v1s. Should be going for the Mercy in that situation. The goal there was to force the Mercy to do something very predictable, or just res to survive it. Other tip, when you see a nano boosted enemy, unless your whole team is shooting at them to take them out, your damage 1v them is kind of worthless, because if they're being healed even slightly, or even if they're not being healed, you're mostly doing nothing. They're going to continue killing you and doing their thing. Meanwhile, you could have been taking out their supports or working on something else. Or, as D.Va, just blocking their damage.
Every time I look at my career profile and I look at D.Va, the amount, it's so little of how much I defense matrix.
Damage blocked.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually a great stat to improve. Now, that's not just blocking general damage. You don't want to be blocking the majority of just people shooting. You want to block key things. So, soldiers incoming helix rockets, block. Fire strike, block. Farah rockets, Junkrat bombs, that kind of stuff you want to block. McCree's stun grenade. You gotta, I mean, a lot of these come from just experience with the game, where you can recognize the situations where, yes, McCree is definitely going to stun grenade, or Anna is about to use her heal nade. Being able to block those, even if it's not a lot of damage blocked, that is a huge difference, because you've just wasted time. A lot of the time, an enemy hero will get into a specific place just to use the ability, and if that ability doesn't work, they are now in a very bad place. So being able to cancel those abilities, and not even talking about canceling ults, is huge. I mean, one of the worst places Farah can be is just motionless in the air, and that's all she is if you're there to defense matrix. So, I mean, you can almost play D.Va really effectively, like perfectly effectively, without even shooting, just by being aware of what the enemy is doing, and being there to matrix away the damage. But it's you gotta matrix the high priority damage, and it's okay to get the small stuff in between, but you have to make sure there's enough of it up at all times to take care of the big stuff. Other quick tip: if you find yourself in a close engagement with the McCree, if he flashbangs you and he's even half decent, he's just gonna kill you. You're dead. What you want to do is, as much as possible, try to be in the air when he flashbangs you, because that forces him to have to track you while you fall, which is a lot harder to do than just tracking a motionless target on the ground. Honestly, D.Va is not the one you want to leave to deal with the payload. There's too much she can be doing with the rest of your team. She wants to be, as D.Va, you want to be either middle or front of where everything is happening with your team. So middle or front of your team. You don't usually want to be at the back because your effective range is too short for that. You can be at the front, but you should be kind of rotating between absolute front and a little bit further towards the middle of your team to give yourself the ability to, first of all, deal that damage, soak damage for your team, and not die. So as I'm getting low, I'd want to be a little bit further back.
Good. Well, bye. Thank you.
No problem at all, Ari and Symphony. It's good having you both.
Thank you very much for the tips.
Pro tips.
It's been a pleasure helping you both out.